Hello engineering students, welcome to exercise 5-11. I absolutely love this 3D model because it is deceptively challenging looking, but it's pretty easy once you see all the steps that I take to create this 3D model. So have Inventor open and go ahead and start a new part. Once Inventor is open, click on Start a 2D Sketch, and we're going to draw this on the XZ plane. Make sure your top is rotated to the right side like that. Click on Rectangle, start at the origin, draw a rectangle in that direction, and then draw another longer rectangle in this direction, kind of like a T shape. Click on Dimension. Make this line 1.12 inches. Oops. Click on the top view in case it makes the view a little weird. Make this distance here 2.40. This length here, sorry, don't click on that one. Okay, click dimension, click on the top line, and then this bottom line to get the total length of 4.70. Let me double check what I'm doing. Yep, okay. And then click on horizontal constraint. Find the midpoint of the long rectangle here and click it. And then find the midpoint of the rectangle here and click it to make that symmetrical. And then click dimension, then click the bottom line, and that line is going to be 0.70 times 2, which is 1.4. Let me double check that point. Yep, okay. And just to double check this distance and this distance here, that should be 0.5. Yep, that's right. Zoom in a little bit. Place a rectangle here like this and another rectangle here like that. They should be overlapping and touching like you see here. Click dimension. Click on that line right there, and that's going to be 0.4. Click on this line and this line. That distance is going to be 1.4. The distance between the edge, so click the edge and click this line, that's going to be 0.5. The distance between this edge and this edge is going to be 0.7. The distance between this line and this line is going to be 1. Okay. Now, at the bottom, if you're looking at the drawing, we have a 60-degree angled line, which is going to start in the midpoint here. I'm going to click, and then draw another angled line like that. And then click dimension, click the bottom line and then this line, make that 60. And then click on this line and then this line and make that 60. Okay, your next line is going to be a horizontal line across the whole thing right here. Make sure that's horizontal. And the distance between the bottom and that line is 0.76. Okay. If you're a little bit confused about all of the line work, that's okay. There are a lot of lines. We need to be careful in our next few steps when we make our extrusions. If we want to make our life a little bit easier, we might be able to trim some of these lines. So if I click trim here and here, that might make it clean it up a little bit. What happens if I click this? Yep. Yeah, I can't trim all of them. So go ahead and finish sketch. Find your home, click home. And here we're gonna learn something that I haven't really talked about. In the extrusion, when you click on a plane that you've drawn, so click on these two, only these two, do not click OK, but make the distance 1.9, and then click this little plus right here. It says apply and create a new extrusion. So click that little plus, then click this little rectangle here and change that distance. That's going to be 1.9 minus 0.4. And then again, click the little plus, click on this main piece right here, and that's going to be 1.12. Click the little plus, click on the triangle part, and that's going to be 1.12 minus 0.44. And then click OK. And if you're looking at the technical drawing isometric view of this and what you just made, that's a pretty fast way to make this part using that extrude plus feature. We're not done making the model because we still need to put a hole in the side, but when you are looking at your technical drawings and you're looking at the models you have to design, this is a perfect example of how one sketch can turn into, this is literally just one sketch, can turn into multiple extrusions. So it took 4 extrusions to make the one part. So I hope that was a new thing, satisfying. It's very satisfying to see this model come together so quickly with a few clicks. As long as we are accurate with our dimensioning and can kind of keep ourselves organized in our thoughts and our visual skills when we're sketching. So let's put the hole on the side here. So right click, new sketch on the side. Click on points. Click somewhere to make the point. Click dimension. Click on the side line right here, and then the point, that's going to be 1.38, I believe. Yep. And then from the bottom line to the point, that's going to be 0.56. Click finish sketch, click on hole. Your hole should be just a simple hole, no seat, a through all with a diameter of 0.5 inches, and click OK. Let's go ahead and go to File, iProperties, Summary, update the author to your name. The title is Exercise 5-11. Click on the Physical tab, scroll up on the material to make it aluminum, and apply Close, and then click the Save button. And again, Exercise 5-11, and I'm going to put my last name there, Cruz. I need to put an underscore to differentiate it from, I made it earlier. And click Save. Let that save. And then make the technical drawing. Click on your home, find your custom template, and again, get into the habit. Go to File right away. Once your custom template is open, click Save As, change the name. This is Exercise 5-11, Cruz, underscore, save it. That way you're not saving over your custom template. This then becomes a new file with a new name once it's saved. Once it's saved, click on Base. Okay, my computer's being a little slow. Hang on. There it is. Select your document from the drawing view menu. And we're going to go, let's see what 1-1 looks like. 1-1 looks pretty good. And there, yep, okay. And then on the isometric, the last couple we've had to make the isometric smaller in scale because it simply doesn't fit. All right, and now we go through the process of adding our annotations, our dimensions. I'm starting to myself get in the habit of putting all of the center marks before anything else so that I do not forget. These center marks are not going to fly right here. So let me go in, I'm going to right click, enter center mark, and I'm going to play around with the numbers and see what can be improved. And I like to think in millimeters. So even if it is in inches, here I'm going to type in, it's got to be lowercase, 1 mm, 2 mm, 2 mm, 3 mm? No, not 3 inches. Let's see what happens. Save and close. That's better. It's a lot better. Okay, let me add these dimensions. There's going to be a lot of dimensions on the top view, so be careful with your placement. Typically, we want all of our dimensions to be more towards the center, but since this one has a lot of dimensions that we get from the top view, we just need to be clean and organized with our dimensioning. I'll put that one out here because we need this dimension here. We're going to need this dimension with here. See how that overlaps? Well, we don't want it to overlap, so let's do it like that. I'm looking at my example. Okay. We're gonna have some overlapping extension lines, which for this is pretty unavoidable. Let's move that right over here. From the edge to the center of the circle, or the hole, I mean. Let's move that down a little bit. No, I don't like that. That's not cool. Let's do it from the edge to here. There we go, that's much better. Okay, we're gonna need to put, this is gonna be a little awkward, we're gonna need to put the angle right there. The distance from the point to the edge, right there. The distance from this edge to the point. And then this distance, this is going to have to sit inside there. Yep. Okay, we need the height. Actually, typically height should be on this view right here. Move this over some. Oh no, that's not good. Okay, that's a little bit risky there. Okay, let's click dimension again. We want this height right here. Oh, something's going on. Let's try that again. Right there, and then this one. And then we need the total height. Well, we have the total height because we just add those two. Then we need the diameter. We need this dimension right here. Yep. Got that dimension here, got that dimension here. I believe that's it. Let me just double check things here. If we wanted to, we could put this dimension here. It's kind of redundant since it's centered. This mark is centered with here. Yeah, this is definitely top view heavy. You might be able to argue that this would be a better front view because there's more dimensions, more detail. But in my workbook, the isometric looks like this, and whenever you see the isometric like this, that means that this surface is the front view. This is the right side, and then the top is the top. So we're gonna keep it old school, go with what the book says and shows. And then, of course, let me update my dimension style. You know me, I like to have the precision on 3.13, take the trailing zeros off, go to text, make sure I'm horizontally aligned, and then change the note text to Technic and a smaller size. That looks much better to me. I might even then go in and move some of these to line them up in a little bit better positioning. So they're not too confusing. Yeah. Okay, and then I think our parts list is going to hit this. I'm going to move that up a bit. Okay, go to parts list, find the document, click OK. I'm just going to set it right here. Double click, remove all of that stuff in the parts list, add the new density property, and then you need mass, material, and volume. Click OK, apply OK, and then using your little green buttons, little green circle buttons, make it fit into the technical drawing a little better. That looks nice. Double click on density. That is, we gotta go ahead and copy it from our properties. File, iProperties, physical. Highlight this. You should have noticed by now that aluminum has the same density across the board. There it is. And then update your iProperties on your technical drawing. So summary, change the author to your name. The title is Exercise 5-11. Go to Project, make sure the creation date is the date you actually made it. Apply close. And there you have it, Exercise 5-11. Deceptively challenging, easy to execute, and the technical drawing itself is breaking a couple rules, but there's really no way around it. And I hope that taught you a lot. You learned some new skills, and you were successful with this part. If you get stuck, make sure to ask a friend first before you ask for my help. That way we're all learning together and helping each other out. On to the next one.